This news program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Now Biscuits.
Unlicensed electrician arrested in Popondetta. More than 100 families displaced during eviction. And upgrade on PNG history to feature in Historic National Museum. Good evening, you're watching National Emtv News. I'm Grace Papiali. Thank you for joining us. More than 100 families have been displaced at 15 Mile outside of Port Moresby after today's eviction notice was given to them to vacate the land. These families are now seeking refuge at a Lutheran church in the area as church and community leaders try to negotiate to find land for them to settle.
After a 2-day eviction notice was given to the settlers, eviction started last week, displacing more than 100 families. Food gardens and properties have been destroyed during the eviction. According to Lutheran Reverend Carl Siwi, the eviction notice was issued to them by the National Capital District Commission. He said the land portion 1221 is under the jurisdiction of Central Province.
We have never known that a part of this portion 1221 is taken over by NCDC. And so they came and evict all of us, trying to evict all the people and also the church. But then we talk with the authorities to allow us so that they can incorporate our plan into their development plan.
He said currently the families displaced are seeking refuge in the church area. They are appealing to the authorities to step in and assist them.
And we are trying to place them over the other side here. But we don't know whether this land portion 1221 have been transferred by Central Provincial Government to NCD. That we don't know. But because of all this eviction taking place, we are greatly affected.
Work has proceeded on the land with fencing about to start without proper negotiation between the settlers and the developer. Cynthia Maku, National Emtv News.
PNG Power staff and police in Popondetta have carried out a joint operation and arrested an unlicensed electrician last Wednesday. The unlicensed electrician has been tampering with electricity lines, preventing a meter from properly registering the quantity of electricity supplied.
After a strong warning had been given by the board chairman of PNG Power Limited on power theft issues in the country, an arrest has been successfully made in Popondetta in Northern Province. The arrest took place after numerous complaints had been raised by the Kokoda Road and Popondetta Township regarding Gabriel Afuma from Mabututu village of Soya district, who was bypassing EasyPay meters for customers and making power connections to houses without the knowledge of PNG Power inspectors in Popondetta. He has been charged under the PNG Electricity Industry Act for tampering with electricity lines. This offence has a fine not exceeding 1,000 kina or an imprisonment term of not more than 3 years. The suspect has appeared before the Popondetta District Court today. A PPL spokesman said Mr. Afuma's actions are very dangerous in nature and is a threat to all power consumers in Popondetta. The individual is not licensed and not recognized by PNG Power to practice as an electrician. Under Section 49 of the Electricity Act, anyone who illegally removes, tampers with or destroys state property will be charged accordingly under the appropriate criminal laws. Cynthia Maku, National Emtv News.
Yanguru Sausia Member of Parliament Richard Maru has confirmed that crime rate has dropped because of police presence in the Yanguru Sausia district. Maru acknowledged the MS-15 together with Police Commissioner David Manning for approving their operations in the district. Police operations by the Mobile Squad 15 have taken place at the Yanguru Sausia district in the East Sepik province. This police operation is to tackle crime in the district. Maru pledged that the Yanguru Sausia District Development Authority will show cooperation and support. The Yanguru Sausia Member of Parliament stated that his intention for the mobile squad is for them to remain and continue the operation until Yanguru Mobile Barracks is completed.
We don't like many police mediation. Any criminal must be arrested at chance. You cook him steam or whatever, and must call Kalabus. I mean, I need local na you got these people need to go. It's costing Young Social a lot of money to bring the police here. We need to deal with the criminals decisively and make sure you solve money.
Maru acknowledged the Marape Rosso government for funding the mobile barracks, which he hopes will be completed by early next year, which will house 45 policemen and women. Situm Health Center is located in Ward 13 of Labuta LLG in the Nawai district in Morobe province. Nawai MP Theo Pelgin was on the ground recently to inspect the health center facilities and patients admitted in order to improve service delivery.
The purpose of his visit was to see the daily operation of the health center and how health workers treat patients with the resources they have. Nawai MP Theo Pelgin said the health center needs adequate medicine and pharmaceutical supplies to cater for the needs of patients. In addition, what the district can do for now is to ensure these pharmaceuticals are sufficient for normal operations. MP Pelgin said quality healthcare in the country is a challenge every year. However, preventive measures must be taken to avoid illness and diseases. He further added, the 5-year development plan for Nawai district is set to capture the revitalization of all existing health facilities in the district. The Situm Health Center caters for patients as far as Bumayong, Hobu and villages along the Labuta coastline. Amanda Ilaitia, National Emtv News.
National Emtv News continues after the break with more stories. Stay with us. Welcome back to National Emtv News. Member of Yanguru Sausia, Richard Maru, officially opened a twin classroom for Boim Sara Elementary School in the district recently. This twin classroom was completed at a cost of 150,000 kina. The DDA also bought the tables and chairs for these classroom at the cost of 18,000 kina. The opening was celebrated in a big way by the people of Boim Sara. The young students of Boim Sara will not have to walk kilometers to Warabung Primary School to get an education now that they have a new classroom to learn in. Yanguru Sausia MP Richard Maru has completed this initiative for the young and upcoming elites of the district.
Boim Sara is a big village in the whole district. And you deserve a school for a very, very long time.
According to the Grade 8 National Examination Data 2022 report, Yanguru Sausia was the top performing district in the East Sepik province, followed by Maprik and Wewak. Maru said this was the result of Yanguru Sausia District Development Authority's investment in education in the last 10 years and now into the 11th year under the policy of God first and education second.
Recent time we take over young social leadership. Also be Middlemas number 1 and the most educated population in the whole of East Sepik district.
For the last 10 years, the district has seen an investment of over 60 million kina. This investment was through the District Development Authority and the Australian government's investment of around 18 million kina for the Yangaroo School of Excellence. Furthermore, one of the main agenda of the DDA is to invest in early childhood education, which will see children as early as 3 to 4 years old to be taught and mentored properly. Today, the new Board of Trustees of the National Museum of Art and Culture had their induction and orientation on the board's plans and projects for the future.
After nearly 46 years since opening its doors, the National Museum of Art and Culture have undergone refurbishment in 2017, commemorating their 40 years of establishment. In their project so far, they have renamed some of the viewing gallery after some of Papua New Guinea's iconic figures and worked to enable ease of disability access. Tamsin Wadley, advisor to the museum, gave an update of other ongoing projects that are in the works.
We were very lucky to receive from the Samogan family his collection of medals. We received those a couple of weeks ago. So they will be proudly on display in the exhibition when it opens. Very excited about that. And a number of other activities are happening around the exhibition. We'll be opening it up to the schools to be part of their school curriculum.
Wadley also thanked the national government for their support and the appointment of the new Board of Trustees, and also mentioned the future possibility of creating an online digital collection so that people that cannot come to the museum can view curated artifacts online. Terence Moka, director of the Board of Trustees, reiterated the need for more grants from the government.
Most of our cultural centers have broken down. Most of our museums in the country are not operating. And, we are losing all this important data and important information, and in history, it will be lost forever. And we have to now protect it. And I'm appealing to the Marape Rosso government. Thank you for appointing this board. We need your support in our 2024 budget.
The National Museum of Art and Culture had a swearing-in of their new Board of Trustees earlier this month. The Board of Trustees are working together to look at avenues where they can raise funds for the museum's future projects. Amanda Ilaitia, National Emtv News.
The National Museum of Art and Culture is an integral part of preserving and also accommodating Papua New Guinea's rich and diverse cultural heritage.
Established on June 27, 1977, the National Museum of Art and Culture has been the sole proprietor of most of Papua New Guinea's most unique and sacred cultural artifacts. Emtv had the privilege today to film the 4 storage rooms that holds PNG's treasured traditional artifacts and cultural heirlooms from across the country. Artifacts are from all provinces in the country and are kept in the 4 storage areas for future exhibitions. Tamsin Wadley, advisor at the museum, also mentioned the opening of an upcoming exhibition at the museum.
The first one is a project funded jointly by the PNG government and the Department of Veteran Affairs from Australia, and we're creating a new gallery space inside the museum and then installing an exhibition. It'll be a World War II exhibition. It will be open later this year. We don't have an opening date as yet. Our second project is we're building an aviation heritage hangar. We have a number of aircraft that are currently just sitting outside in our grounds and in temporary storage, and the Australian Air Force has donated a hangar complex to us.
The museum and gallery house objects and artworks which reflect Papua New Guinea's rich indigenous cultures and societies. Terence Avoa Moka, the director of the Board of Trustees for the National Museum, elaborated on the importance of preserving our culture and plans for the future of the museum.
And we are currently working on legislation to try and see if we can fix the different hacks that we have. Our team is already working on that. We are also looking into the future, and we want to plan for the 50th anniversary, independence anniversary of our country.
Over the years, many traditional artifacts were repatriated back to PNG from museums abroad. Most recently in 2020, 225 traditional artifacts were given back to the museum by the National Gallery of Australia as part of an agreement. The museum is open to the public for tours.
The museum's open 7 days a week. We're open Monday to Saturday, 9 till 3, and then on Sunday afternoons. During the week it's free, so please bring your families along and come and have a look. On the weekends there's a small charge.
Godwin Eki, National Emtv News.
The National Cultural Commission, in partnership with the Governor for Enga Province, Peter Ipatas, have officially launched the Malamata Yapo Festival in Karawari local level government bordering Enga and East Sepik provinces.
People from all neighboring villages in East Sepik and Enga provinces turned up in numbers to participate in this cultural festival. National Cultural Commission Chief Executive Director Stephen Kilanda said NCC will continue to support the festival and it will be noted down as an annual event on the calendar as of next year. He said NCC is on a mission to take cultural festivals back to communities so they can take ownership and continue to uphold their culture and pass it on to the next generation. He further added people must continue to also uphold the traditions of building a culture center, as this is where history and traditional cultural knowledge are kept. Kilanda is calling on Enga and the East Sepik provincial governments to support this festival. Governor for Enga province, Peter Ipatas, said this is his second visit to Malamata and he is impressed by the unique cultural display and unity shown by the locals. Ipatas said people's involvement in such activities will also keep them away from tribal fighting. Amanda Ilaitia, National Emtv News.
During this week's DBTI Foundation Week celebrations, students from different technology departments in the institute will display their skills to visiting students from other schools within NCD.
Students from other schools in NCD are also participating in the week-long celebration of the founder of Don Bosco Technical Institute. Students who have attended the open house show were fascinated to see what DBTI is all about. President of Don Bosco Technical Institute, Father Ariel Makatangai, stated his observation.
There were a lot of students from different secondary schools and they were quite impressed with the different technologies and shops that we offer. And our own students are the one explaining to them what they have been studying.
Nesta Gabriel, a fourth-year instrumental technology student of DBTI, is encouraging grade 12 students to consider applying to the Technical Institute when making their choices.
The grade 12s, you'll be doing your exams and next year you'll go out to the institutions. So my best advice to you is to you go out to the technical institutions, and because nowadays people think that they will go to business centers and they forget about the industrial. But if you go to technical institution and you learn about the advancement of technology, you will be amazed.
Cynthia Maku, National Emtv News.
Pacific Industries will be the major sponsor for the upcoming National Dance Competition next month here in Port Moresby.
Now, the Pacific Industries has come on board once again to be the major sponsor for this year's National Mountain Dew Dance Competition here in Port Moresby and will take place on September the 10th at the APEC House. These clinics will build up the momentum to the dance competition in September, where participating youths will showcase all their techniques and skills they've learned. This also will inspire the next generation of dancers to follow in the footsteps of One Squad. Everett Chu, Director of Pacific Industries, gave an overview of the dance competition.
This will be the event's third year running, where dancers from across the country will come together in Port Moresby to showcase their talent and skills and battle to be crowned the Mountain Dew One Squad Dance Champion. First, second and third places will win big prize money, which will help support them to achieve their aspirations to become professional dancers. As we celebrate this achievement by One Squad, let us look forward to the future where the power of dance will continue to inspire, connect and drive positive change in our nation.
The One Squad dance crew manager and creative director Pieng Nin encouraged all potential dancers, both male and female, to register and take part in the dance competition. The competition is also open to dance crews from other provinces as well.
Outside of the province as well, that we encourage that. It is a national dance championships, so we hope to bring in teams from Rabaul, New Ireland, Ley, that's what we hope to encourage.
Last year we had some teams from Ley also participate. Yeah.
Now the Mountain Dew One Squad dancing group that returned from USA, America after representing Papua New Guinea finished at the 4th place after competing against 76 other international dancing groups as well. Now the Pacific Industries says that they will support the Mountain Dew dance crew who are looking forward to any of their upcoming events in future. Godwin Eki, National Emtv News.
And now we take a look at the Nest Fund market report. The Kina closed unchanged at $0.2790 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your Kina was buying $0.2715 $0.4181 Australian dollars, $0.2414 euro, 39.17 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York closed, gold is trading lower, coffee closed lower, cocoa closed higher, copper closed higher, palm oil closed lower, crude oil is trading higher, copper closed lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading lower, the All Ordinaries is trading lower. National Emtv News continues after the break with Trukai Sport. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. The 2023 Trukai Fun Run is only 4 days away and will mark its 23rd Trukai Fun Run event, where Trukai, through the PNG Olympic Committee, has been supporting Team PNG athletes attending various international sporting events such as the Olympic Games, the Commonwealth Games and the Pacific Games, which is now scheduled to take place this year in November in Solomon Island. The Trukai Fun Run has 4 more days remaining. PNG Kickboxing Federation, that sent a few of its senior fighters to USA last week, performed exceptionally well under the watching eyes of their mentor, coach and president for PNG Kickboxing Federation, Stanley Nandex, who was pleased with the outcome of the event. With the aim to showcase PNG's raw talents and gain maximum exposure in an international arena, the PNG kickboxer did exceptionally well in their respective category, picking up a couple of medals and wins in both the male and female divisions, respectively. The team, now on their way back to PNG, traveling via Australia, will now have other international events to prepare for once they reach the shore. For a proud coach, mentor and president, Stanley Nandex, the win in USA goes to show how ready PNG is, and with much needed support and training. PNG kickboxers can go places to compete on global stage if the right support is provided. The National Rugby League competition, following its elimination rounds last weekend and following a double-header, the competition is now down to the wire. From a total of 12 teams at the start of the competition to now the top 6 teams. These teams will have to play hard for the top spot. The top teams are looking to play their best game within the next 3 weekends. The top 2 teams in the competition will ultimately play for the 20. And that ends Trukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
The weather forecast for the next 24 hours in the southern region: Mosby City becoming partly cloudy with possible brief evening showers and drizzles. Daru partly cloudy, Kerama partly cloudy with evening shower or 2, Alatau partly cloudy with evening brief showers, Popondetta becoming cloudy with few evening showers. In the Mamasa region, Ley City partly cloudy with possible shower or 2, Madang becoming cloudy with few showers, Wewak partly cloudy with few evening showers, Vanimo partly cloudy with possible evening shower or 2. In the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau cloudy with evening showers and possible thunderstorms, Kaveng occasional rain showers and possible thunderstorms, then cloudy. Kokopo and Rabaul cloudy periods with evening showers and possible thunderstorms. Kimbe evening rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Buka few showers and possible thunderstorms. In the Islands region, Mount Hagen City cloudy periods with some showers and possible thunderstorms. Goroka and Kondiawa evening showers and possible thunderstorms. Mendi and Wabeg cloudy with evening showers, drizzles and possible thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Wednesday, the 16th of August 2023. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.